Good morning, everybody. February 17th, watchlist time. Oh man, holy moly, do we have a lot to go over today. So yesterday was strange. Yesterday looked like it was going to be kind of a rough day of trading. And in some aspects it was. There was really nothing that stood out. There's no real great plays as far as like my plans go. Nothing was setting up great for panic dip buys. There didn't really seem to be any breakouts. Everything kind of seemed to be done with its runs. So honestly, I sat back most of the day. And mid-afternoon, I kind of, stepped away from the computer, had some lunch, made some nice gains in the morning. And I came back and, news was dropping left and right. Companies are announcing that they're Bitcoin companies now. It was insane. So things were just running. And so now today, of course, I'm sitting here looking at my watch list, losing my mind because we have so much to look at. And it's a little overwhelming. It's just almost impossible to try and play every single one of these plays. So you got to prioritize the best plays, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm just going to go over my favorite ones. There are plenty others, but we'll go over my favorite ones, and hopefully you guys add these to your watch list and you can, profit as well. One thing I really want to share, though, as a nugget of information for you guys, when you guys are trading a stock or you guys are looking to trade stocks, make sure if you don't have the time to watch your screens, or if you're not sitting at a laptop or a computer and you're working, make sure in the mornings before you go to work or whatever you're doing to build your own watch list, try to find a stock that has news. If you have a stock that has good news and it's a big percent gainer, those are two things that will definitely help you out: big percent gainers and news, but especially news, especially in today's market. If you find a stock that has news that is up a bit, odds are that could have a good run throughout the entire day. And perfect example here is AABB, NKNOS. They both had news pre-market, and they both ran. They ran, I think, 700% each. I'll calculate it right here, but it was insane. They all had 500%, 700% runs throughout the whole day. So if you can't trade the entire day, or you have a day job and you're trying to do day trading and you want to save your PDT trades or whatever have you, these are the speculative trades you can take. If it has news, and it's good news, right? And what is good news? Good news mentions a big company. Good news is in relation to a hot sector. So as we know, Bitcoin just crossed 50K. So any news with Bitcoin is bound to send stocks up. It might not stay up, but it'll give you some good interim price action. And in today's market, it just so happens that news really pushes stocks forward. So what you can do if you have a 9-to-5 job or you can't watch the stock the whole day is don't trade right at 9:30. Let the news play out. Let the morning spike happen, whatever it is. Once it comes back down and sets a support level and you see it kind of starting to base a little bit, put your entry there. And then set a 15%, 20% risk, put a stop loss in right there, and then be done for the day. Set some alerts, set some price alerts on your phone, so when it hits, let's say if it breaks past the resistance level, you can see that alert, come back to your phone, and then sell for a profit, or maybe just sell half and let the risk run for the rest of the day while you continue on with your job. That's how I would play it if you guys can't watch these stocks all day. It can be tough. I had a 9-to-5 job, I understand. But yeah, so just a little bit of nugget information there. If you want more, join my mentorship program. We got plenty of them for you. But anyway, moving on. That's my little morning rant. Let's jump into the stocks. AABB, Asia Broadband Incorporated. This was a cryptocurrency news. So basically they're saying they're, what's the news say? Let's pull this up. Pleased to announce that cryptocurrency wallet and token developer, blah, 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 has completed the Gold Token website. Company website will be the go-to knowledge base for all information and soon to be launched. Wallet, Gold Token, that's confirmed. iOS and Android wallet applications are in the final testing, being implemented live for USDC. Real-time exchange rate of gold. So basically, they're talking about building a digital wallet. They have a cryptocurrency token development, and it's not even done. It's near completion. And to be honest, when I saw that news, I was like, cool, this is something I might watch. There's other stocks that took precedence at the time, which was a mistake because I should have realized, as you should realize, in this market right now, anything with cryptocurrency, especially when it breaks 50K, is going to send it skyrocketing. And if you see here, it had a really good morning spike, which, these are tough to trade. So don't be mad if you miss these, even though that was an 80% spike right in the morning. Within 30 minutes, 80%. Fucking insane. If you got that, great. But then you see it consolidated. And this is the same pattern, the same continuation pattern I talk about all the time. Has a morning spike. It goes sideways. It tries to break near the highs. You see here it doesn't make it. And then when it finally starts coming back towards the highs, you can initiate your starter position. I would never, ever, ever on these patterns recommend you take full position on a continuation pattern because almost always it breaks past the day highs and it usually comes back down. Now, if you bought here, you're actually pretty lucky because it came right back down to the breakout level. A lot of times it doesn't. A lot of times what will happen is it'll come up here and then it'll come back down, fizzle, come back, fizzle, come back, fizzle, and then rip up. So when you buy these continuation patterns, you kind of have to set a wider risk, usually down at the previous channel level. So just keep that in mind when you're buying those. It doesn't always go up like this. And as you can tell, this was a little bit choppy, but it maintained throughout the whole day. So if you set your risk, once you saw this bottom low here, it came up, came down again. You could definitely use this breakout level here, this 12-cent level. You can use that as your risk. So if it breaks that 12-cent level, you cut it for a loss. And if you had done that, you would have been looking pretty the whole day. And if we calculate the price action of what you would have made if you bought it here at 12, it would have been 100% gain, roughly. Yep, you would have made roughly 100%. Not bad for a day's work, I'd say. But for me, obviously, I'm a panic dip buyer. That strategy is still hot right now, and it's up. And this is what I love to see. I love to see a stock that has gone astronomical throughout the day, and hopefully today it cools off a bit and has a nice panic down, like a nice 40 or 50% panic, so I can get a nice 20-30% bounce. That is what I'm looking for. We'll see if I get it. I don't know. This could keep going. Maybe they pump some more news. That'd be great. KNOS, this is another one. You could not have, in my opinion, I don't know if you could have traded this unless you bought this right when you found the news. And this news came out at 3:38, so not right at the morning. And this was a COVID headline. Basically, they announced SARS-CoV-2 test results for its inline air purifiers. And basically, they're saying that their air purifiers provide 99.02% COVID-19 virus reduction rate, according to an independent laboratory study. Woohoo! Who cares? Good for you. Big whoop. Hold up. Am I? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I want to make sure I was recording my voice here. So big whoop. Good for you, KNOS. As you can tell, you would have had to bought right at this spike to profit from that. I'm not good at doing that. I'll be straight up honest with you. That was about a 70% spike. You got to be quick. You got to be really quick. But if you missed it, guess what? That's okay, because today there should be, hopefully, a good panic dip buy opportunity because it went up so much. One thing to keep in mind, volume in this stock is generally kind of low. So there needs to be volume into the panic. If there's no volume, I'm going to avoid it. Otherwise, I will not get filled. Good thing to note, this is a previous runner. This thing has ran in the past. So this is the first really big green day. So we'll see what happens here. I could expect another green day after this because it has ran in the past with news. So, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed it has another great day, but I really want that morning panic. Excuse me. All right, MDCN, again, not something I would have been able to play yesterday, I don't think, just because it was so choppy, low volume, and had this weird straight up spike at the end of the day. I don't see any news on this, unfortunately. So not as ideal, but again, I'm looking for these kind of big spikes to hopefully panic the next day. So we'll see what happens today. As you can tell, it was in a nice uptrend here. broke past this consolidation and it just went straight up. You know, I'll keep my eyes on it today. Hopefully we get a panic, and I will just play that, and I'll probably leave it alone after that, just because, you know, I'm not sure, you know, really what's moving this. If it gets news, obviously that'd be great. And it seems like this went up because it is also a drug manufacturer. They produce pharmaceutical grade cannabis, so it's a cannabis play. We'll see. Cannabis stocks have kind of gotten beaten down. We'll see if Tilray and CDC stay strong. They had a nice little recovery day yesterday. We'll see what happens with them. SANP, and look at that. This is almost the exact same pattern. Look at that. SANP, AAB. Crazy, right? So I'll be watching this. Same thing. Looking for morning panics is my favorite thing. I'm also going to be looking for some intraday consolidation to buy into. This is a blockchain play. They say that they do application of blockchain solutions for real world environments. So they have interest in hardware and other blockchain solutions. So it's a Bitcoin play. Bitcoin plays are hot right now. As you can tell, it had this weird cup and handle right here, and it broke past and went straight up. So again, Bitcoin plays are hot. So I'm going to keep Bitcoin plays on my watch list because you want to be in a hot sector. If things are hot and the sector is hot, you want to be playing the stocks that are in that sector because they have the best chance of working. SIML, almost exact same pattern. This is a broadcast company. They produce protective switches, HG routers, analog routers, stuff like that. Let's see what else we got here. Again, same pattern, panic dip buy. Look at the yearly chart. Yeah, kind of a terrible yearly chart, but it's running right now. So again, not something I'd invest in long term, but for those panic dip buy opportunities, this would be great. It had really nice volume yesterday too, which I like. So this will definitely be a top watch. EFTM just had a straight up spike and held up pretty well the whole day. So this is going to be another good watch for today. I don't see any news, so that kind of sucks. But I'll keep it on watch, just because it did have really good price action yesterday. This may have a panic. It would be nice. I don't know. But I might watch this for a continuation, see if it can hold up and keep moving. Had a really, really big gap day. One thing to consider when these things are gapping up like this is if it does panic, I would like to see it try to fill this gap and then have it bounce a little bit. So I have to keep that in mind because if it does start going red, it could fill that gap. So there is a possibility of a big panic. On the flip side, there also could just be a slow fade throughout the whole day, which would kind of suck. So hopefully it does give me a decent panic and not just a fade to buy into. We'll see. And then KULR, I mean, this is insane. It just had a fucking straight up spike, sideways action, and another leg up. You could have definitely bought this intraday panic right here. Volume was a little low, so that would have been a bit scary. As you can tell, huge volume came in and then just was gone. So a little scary to buy into that. You got to be careful on intraday panics when you're buying them because intraday in general is slower. There's generally less traders there, so volume is always going to be lower in the afternoons. On OTCs especially, that volume can dissipate like that. So if you're playing intraday panics, you got to size down. You can't be putting your full position size on these panics because if volume goes away, you don't want to take a massive loss if you can't get out of your position. So something just to keep a watch for whenever you're buying intraday panics. They can be a little scary. They can be a little dangerous, I should say. On the yearly chart here, not much to really see. This did spike up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days, but there was no volume back then. So that doesn't really mean much to me. I want to see what happens on big volume days. And on big volume days, it looks like it spikes up and then just goes red again. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep an eye on it, but I would anticipate this probably panics and stays red for the day. So hopefully I get a nice bounce on it, but I'm not going to be overzealous on this one. I'm just going to keep it on watch for a nice little panic. I might do a smaller position on it, but based off its history, I don't know how much it'll run, and it could keep running. I mean, it could break that pattern, but a lot of times, you know, the history rhymes. Doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So Just something to keep in mind. Top watches are definitely AABKNOS. Some other really good ones I'm watching are RLLCF, WDLF, ARBKF, SSFT, TSNP, of course, has not fallen off the cliff. It finally had a panic yesterday. Thank God. Hopefully we get one more today. That's also on my top watch. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you had an informative day. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. And don't forget, I do have my mentorship program, and we're rocking it right now. After these watch lists come out, you get these watch lists. You get them emailed to you. You get my written analysis with them as well if you're a premium member. And then also, you get a Trading 101. And I do live Zoom calls every morning with my mentorship students. So you can jump in, we can go over the trades, you can ask questions, and we can build a trade plan for you. So thank you guys. Have a good day. Be safe, and have a good trading day. Peace.